Hey guys, welcome to a special episode. I am live. We're all live here inside Ace Performance Gym. And I'm here with two cousins and a trainer. And this episode I'm calling From Cousins to Coaches because you are cousins and now you're coaches. Yay. All right, so tell me, I'll start. Who's going to start?
No, I'd love to start.
The boss.
Come about.
The vision, we were born in, the vision behind this, actually, Rob had sent me a note back in, I think it was almost April, the end of April, beginning of May of last year, asking more. So you want to buy a gym in King City? I was like, why would I want to buy a gym at this stage of my life? And we thought, we took a look, we did a tour around, and we ruined the opportunity to build this brand. I was a marketing guy forever and ever, so we saw the potential here. And, you know, fast forward 9 months later, it's a growing business. And slowly but surely, it's getting to where we want it to be.
It's really nice in here. I'm going to take a tour for you guys later, but we're in the foyer right now. There's a juice bar. What is that? A smoothie bar. I had a great espresso just before I came here. I'm going to go over to Rob. Rob, what made you think to go to Morris, of all people? And like, the other thing is, working with family for some people can do really well, and for others that can be like a nightmare. So talk to me about the choice to approach Morris.
Well, family, like most of the businesses that I'm involved with, they're all family.
Okay.
So I'm used to that.
What's your background?
Italian. Yeah. Has the good and the bad, right? But so we're gonna nominate you, Italian. So I have the good and the bad with that. So you're right. It's tough. But when it works, it's really rewarding. So I went to Morris because his wife, Connie, she ran an LA Fitness. So she has a lot of experience with that. And Morris has been a career creative director and marketing guy. I know nothing about gyms, right? And we have Club Well. So I got involved with that as well. We started that about a year ago. And it's part of the wellness space. So for me, that's what kind of intrigued me. I'm in plastics, so it's fun. I love what we do, but this is a whole other kind of business. So when I thought about this, I said, I can't do this by myself, right? Yeah. I said, but I know who can. And so I went to Morris. I said, this guy, he can make it work. And between him and Connie and the rest of the team.
Has Connie ever been here?
Oh, yeah, she trains here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But she does it more from peripheral because she's an operations person. Mm-hmm. I bounce a lot of ideas off of her initially in the beginning. But then as anything, it becomes your baby and you build it in the direction that you see fit. So, she kind of, is backed down more and more and more. But
she was really active in the beginning.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And she still supports on a payroll basis. So, when you're family, there's no such thing as,
What's mine is mine. What's yours? Yeah, it's a pool. So I don't want to leave our friend out. Can you introduce yourself and how long have you been at ACE and what do you do here?
Sure. I'm Kurosh. I've known Morris for the past 6 months. I've been working with ACE. I've been a personal trainer for around 2-3 years. It's been a long journey. I started from like a bigger, more franchise type of gyms, but I really enjoy working in an environment like this, which is like more private, more specific community that we have here. Mm-hmm. It gives you more room as a personal trainer to be more helpful and more personal with the clients, obviously.
I love that. So my understanding, Rob, is that this is an acquisition. Like this gym had belonged to someone before. Either one of you, what are some of the challenges of, what was your decision in acquiring a business and then thinking, okay, seeing what you need to do to like where you're at right now?
Well, one of the toughest challenges, if I could
you can start.
Jump in, is their previous gym had, a good, solid reputation within the community, but through COVID, there was a lot of adversities. Mm-hmm. So this type of industry, this type of business was affected more so than anyone. So us coming in, we had to somewhat get rid of that old way of doing things and introduce a whole new pattern. And because the gym had shut down so quickly, a lot of people left. They went to other, facilities, whether competition or not. So it's been our mandate to try to convince people or, educate people that they need to come back and see the difference. And believe it or not, a lot are starting to see that and realize that They want to start supporting the community again, and that's integral.
Rob, like you looked at the business. What was important for you? What did you need to see to say, is it a gut feeling? Is it numbers? What is it?
Most of the time, when I invest in stuff, it usually starts with that thing inside that says something's right about this. So the initial obvious one was like, I feel like we own the wellness space in King City between the two facilities, that kind of was the first check mark. I see a lot of synergies between the two. The challenging part, when I first came in, I saw how beautiful, but like they did a fantastic job to create the space. Kudos. We didn't have to. We just had to clean it up a little bit, but
Polish it.
yeah. And we're in the middle of a new renovation now that's going to get really exciting over the next few months. Well, with the gym, I don't know if you noticed the gym, but the ceilings changed.
Are you doing something to the rooftop too? Or?
No, the whole first floor.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let him talk about all the changes soon. I'll get there.
Yeah.
But so they created a really, really good space. So that was number two. It's like, wow, it's not that difficult to actually start.
It's really
the challenge was, our mindset was, wow, this just closed. People are going to want to leave. How do we open up really quick? So how do we make a deal that works for the buyer and the seller?
right.
Something that's favorable, because I like to have all the deals. I don't want somebody feeling like, well, it's not fair. There's got to be some equity on both sides. So we were able to work out a deal. And then we had to work with the landlord, he's been great with us. So that was kind of like the other steps. But the most challenging part was we had like a few weeks to do it all. So we literally, by the first time I stepped in till we got the keys was like 4 weeks.
Yep.
Wow.
And then we had a month, we had to open it with all the few changes we made at the time. And that's where I kind of said, here, I love you. And remember how much I love you, but you got 4 weeks to open it up.
Yeah, it was,
and he did it. He really did it.
because we revamped. We actually hired the company that sets the Raptors and the Leafs format and layout. So there was a lot of forklifts and things happening, and there was painting, there was upgrades, there was a few additional pieces here that we added some equipment. We we added lighting, and since then, to what Rob alluded to, we've painted the entire gym ceiling black. We've added accents where we feel is the biggest bang. We're adding graphics that really emulate what you see behind me.
Yeah.
And to create somewhat of an urban chic kind of environment. We're adding about 15 to 20 pieces of Techno Gym, which are like the Ferraris of gym equipment, made in Italy.
When are those coming in?
By end of June, early July. So it's a 14 to 16 week turnover. We're updating the second level with a full training facility. We're including black turf with our logo under the hex lighting. So we're really creating an environment where people can train properly, feel safe, come to the gym that's not...
Yeah, exactly.
You're not waiting in line at some of these mass gyms, and that's what I'm
We
finding.
want to be like a premier club, right? Where it feels like you're coming, you have the time and the space to work out. It's not like I have to wait for the equipment.
That's right.
We don't want 10,000 members. We just want, 1,000 to 2,000 quality members, the ones that belong and are part of our
what
culture
training is
and value.
How exciting is that for you to hear what's happening and give me a comparison of, you don't have to name where you were before, but what do you like about this environment?
So the experience here has been very different because it's more of a community-based gym. The gym that I started my career with was a gym, I think they have 5,000 members in one location. It's very different. And there's like the vast majority of people in terms of age and what they want out of the training is very different. Here, the good thing is everybody kind of knows each other. The environment is very positive. So as a personal trainer, whenever I'm working on the floor, I see somebody needs help, we can just reach out because we all trust each other. We can work well together. And the first time that I saw this gym, what I really liked is how we are focusing on quality, not quantity.
Right.
Of course, we are not just focusing on getting in as many members as we want. We want to have those members, and basically we should be able to give them good service and good training.
I love that. When you said everybody knows your name, I thought of Cheers immediately. We're all in the same. Where everybody He knows you. I don't think you know this show, right? With no beer, this is the Cheers of the wellness area. Does it feel like that? Like your members know who you are? They know.
I just have my name on the door, nothing else. Like no last name, no title. People walk in, more, hey Morris, hey Morris, hey Morris, and you start to build a camaraderie and a connection with everyone, and they put a face to the brand, and that's integral.
You know, this question may be a little unfair because when you first start a project as an entrepreneur, there probably is very challenging to find the healthy work-life balance. Oh yeah, 100%. But what do you do to put that in place? Are you able to, or do you have because you're partnered, right?
Yeah, of course.
You're partnered.
That's right.
Are you partnered? He's available, ladies. I'm also a matchmaker, by the way. Yeah. Okay. So, what's the discussion with your wife before you came in, going, all right?
Well, luckily she's as busy as I am, so we're at a stage of our lives. Our kids are grown and somewhat empty nesters, but yeah, she knows when I put my heart and soul into something. There's no 9 to 5. Okay, that's never been my mantra. So. If you go into something, you go in at 100%. And it's funny because I used to work out 3-4 times a week before I owned a gym. Now I don't work out at all.
No, don't say that. No, you got to get him, you got to get him to work out.
It's a process. This is more important than me right now. You're eventually, when you get to a point, then I start to take care of myself.
Hey, let's look at your mantras here. Achieve your goals, conquer your fears, excel your growth. Where did that come from?
Well, as a marketing guy, I sat down and I came up with about 80 names in the beginning, and I needed something that started with A, because it's at the top of the list, and I wanted it to mean something more than just a word. So ACE on its own stands alone, but it also stands for achieve, conquer, excel. So it's.
I just got that. Yeah. Like I literally just got it. Right. So takes me a minute.
Build on it. Or local, everything is built around that.
It's so strong too. Like achieve, conquer, excel. That's amazing. These principles really are synonymous to life principles, right? Exactly. Right? Personal development. Relatable. I know you definitely are into wellness and personal development. Why was it important for you to incorporate that in all of your projects, in particular, and in this environment?
The culture of that? Yeah. Well, I think that's just synonymous with life, whether it's family life, whether it's work-life balance, like anything. And especially today, I kind of feel like we're in a time where people want things fast. Nobody remembers what it feels like to grind. I've been grinding with my own business for 35 years. And
you decided to start all over.
I know, I just don't stop. I have a lot of things that I'm involved with, but because I like the process of that. I love the startups. I love the challenge of that. But I think that it emulates your life path, because nothing worthwhile having or nothing successful is going to happen with a year.
Right.
It's year in, year out, and you have to be dedicated. You got to be determined. You got to be okay to get knocked down, get up. That's where I think the family part really helps, because there's no filter. Like I can tell him exactly what he needs to hear, and he can tell me what I need to hear, and we can laugh about it, fight about it, joke about it. Because at the end of the day, we know that it's a journey that we're going to be on, and there's something rewarding that's coming, but you have to.
It's like you're in a long-term relationship with each other,
but you
right?
have to have the wherewithal and the means to see it through.
Yeah.
So who were you guys as kids to each other? I don't know who's older, young.
Well, I'm slightly older, so
Slightly, just a hair. No, 1 year, 9 months. 8 months.
8 months.
yeah, we're the same generation. We went to school together. We grew up together.
Up the same area.
Is it brother, sister? Like who's
Mom.
Oh, your moms are sisters. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you see a lot of each other growing up?
Oh my God, all the time. Yeah,
Bike
we
right away.
were bike right away. We night to high school together, like elementary. No.
Yeah, they're like.
Yeah.
The same girls?
No. No. I don't know.
Who's the troublemaker?
I would say him.
I'm more the comedic person. I'm more the, I'm the yapper. I'm the,
Yeah.
but I know that I'll get myself out of situations. Forget.
How have you evolved as humans? Or do you guys see, when you see each other, is it the same kid?
I see him as the way we were, like two idiots going up on St. Clair.
Look, to tell the story. I'm a car collector, for example, and even then I used to have small little cars.
Right.
And when I played with stuff, everything was precision. So when he had to play with mine, he had to play him this way. He tossed around, so I toss his around. Right. So there was always that dichotomy of like, why would they have to be played a certain way, and with him it didn't matter. I said, well, because you allow it, I don't.
Yeah, well, they're toys, right? Like, you want to play and you want to experience a toy. So I'm like, yeah, who cares? Let's get another toy, whatever, right? No. He was so particular, right? And I see that.
It's still the same.
Yeah.
I see that in his office, the way he keeps everything. He's got his shrine there, right? And I just want to go in there and screw with all of it, right?
Did you?
Oh, I've done all kinds of stuff
We
growing up.
with each other as kids. I can tell you stories. Oh my God. I remember the alarm.
And that still comes in on a day-to-day basis. We're always like, if he's not here, I'll leave stuff in his office or I'll move stuff on his desk because I know it drives him nuts. He's so organized.
Yeah.
So I shift things. I put stuff in folders. Right? And he goes, fucking Rob's been here, right?
He comes to business sometimes at the end of his day. I'm like, what do you want? I got stuff to do. He goes, I can't come and visit you. I said, no, I got things to do.
I just sit there and I always say, yeah,
But it's all good. Now, we were saying that, because as kids, we were inseparable. And then as you grow up, families grow and everyone's busy in their day-to-days building businesses. And not that you drift apart, but just life, right?
It's life.
So this has almost kind of brought us back to when we were like 5, 10 years old again.
So when you both started a business, now have you experienced failures in business in the past?
Yeah.
Rob, have you experienced failures in the past?
More failures than successes.
Okay.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to go through I always joke around that the horse has been kicking me for years, but I keep hanging onto the tail. I just keep getting back on that horse. Because without failure, and I teach my kids the same way, you can't grow and you can't learn unless you stumble and fall. Because how do you mature and grow? Like trees take years to build. They're not just vertical overnight, right? So
And it builds resilience, right? Like we talked about being determined. Like you can't, without those failures, it's a gift. The failure is a gift. You have to really look at it that way.
As someone who's in failure, they probably think, I don't want this gift, give it back, but
But it is, because once you wipe yourself off and you stand back up, you realize that, the process of getting through it long term is going to build the character you need to be successful, and you're going to appreciate the success better. And that's how you learn. And you
Right.
can't be afraid of failure,
as they
right?
say, if it's easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
Right?
you're a younger, are you in your 20s?
Yes.
Okay.
Just turned 23.
Oh, happy belated. When was it, March? When's your birthday?
It was 4th of April.
4th. Oh, wow. Now, my mom's is the 3rd. He's an Aries. Have you experienced failure so far in life? Yeah?
I would say a lot because I made some very bold decisions so far. I know I'm not that old yet, but I decided at the age of 18 to just move to a whole another country in another continent by myself.
Wow.
All the way. So I moved from Iran, left my family back home. Now I'm here. After
Brave.
Yeah,
That's brave. Very brave.
After 4 years, almost graduating this semester. And then what I love about it is fitness taught me a lot during all this journey. And what I think about is no matter how you feel, you should keep going.
Yeah.
Always. That's it was my mentality. There's
Never
moments
give up.
you will feel alone, you will feel like you miss home, but it's a decision that I made and I wanted to stick by it. And I'm so happy working with these guys because me and Morris, we talk a lot during the day, and he has been a very good mentor so far.
Thank you.
So all their experience about business, about life, I really enjoy working with them.
I love that. I think mentorship is so valuable, so important. I mean, and in fact, coaching, personal training is being a mentor to somebody on their physical needs, right? At both of your guys' ages and experiences, do you have mentors right now or you've now become from mentee to mentor, but do you still have anybody that you look to for mentorship?
I had 2 mentors in my life, and both aren't here anymore. So I feel like they left me with a lifetime of experiences and advice that I think has led me to where I am today. There's some decisions I make with business that are a direct, they have a direct relationship to a specific piece of advice they gave me. One wasn't a family member. One was my ex-father-in-law who passed away. But until the day he died, even after my wife and I divorced, we have a great relationship, and that was a blessing for our whole life. But her dad gave me my first start at business and understanding business. So he just taught me a bit. Yeah, it was good. He taught me how to work hard, be resilient, to be determined in business. And then there was somebody along the way in plastics that started off as a consultant, became a friend, and then was with us for about 10 years, just doing special projects. But he was very wise. And we would just sit and talk, and he would challenge me on every goal and how I would see the future. And he just was a good role model, because I started at 25. I'm not much older than 25, but it was a long time ago, and it still sticks with me today. So now I'm happy in the mentor role. So I have my kids that are taking over the plastics business, and they pretty much run it every day. So I'm mentoring them. I'm mentoring Alexis as best I can at Club Well.
Yes.
I don't feel like I'm a mentor to Morris.
Sure.
But I feel like because
You're more like confidants, I think, right? Your
More
peers.
like-
Your peers.
yeah. We both don't have brothers, so we've always been like brothers. But I have a lot of business owning experience.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of career working with corporate, and which I've never had that experience. I've never in my adult life.
Dating and who gives relationship advice to you guys?
Well, I'm married 34 years.
See, well, there's success and failures. Right?
That's vicariously through him some of the stories. But, like going back, like you can look at your parents as mentors in terms of how you were raised and how I mentor my kids the same way today. But yeah, through my career, somewhat self-sufficient personality, but you have bosses and people, even someone that may have worked in the cafeteria, one of the corporate buildings that you occupied, that gave you a little bit of life advice from a different perspective. Sometimes they're the ones that stick the most, because climbing that hill, sometimes we forget this, and I share this with a lot of people that I mentor, is that we're always so stuck on looking at the mountain we're climbing, we forget to look at how much we've already climbed. So it's a lot easier to just give up, but continue on that path, because it's just as hard to walk back down the mountain as it is to climb up.
I want to say your name correctly.
Kurosh.
Kurosh. Kurosh, what are many of the members that are coming here for training? What are some of their goals? Is there a common theme? Because going to a gym isn't just about losing weight per se. So what are some of the goals that the clients you're working with are looking for?
Myself, I usually work with more younger clients.
Okay.
But what I see, I've been doing consulting as well. So what I see, usually most people are looking into the word toning. So the thing, as a personal trainer, when I hear toning, a lot of people think that we're going to keep what we have, we're going to have a good shape and lose a lot of weight.
Okay.
But the thing with toning is, in order to be toned, you have to build muscle first. You have to build the muscle and then lose the body fat.
Because this is ACE performance. So every time I think of a performance, I think of strength training, right?
And the thing is that each personal trainer has their own philosophy after working for some time. Mine is, I like to work with people that want to do functional training. By functional training, I mean I want my clients to have a great posture, great mobility, be athletic overall, and then we will look at the scale and see the number, right? Health, posture, mobility always comes first, and then we will look at some other stuff. But the word itself would be toning. I hear toning all the time.
To that point, I think a lot of women, and I'll speak to myself, we have this love-hate relationship with the number on the scale, right? Like really and truly. And it's like my, not self-worth, how I feel is based on what number's on that scale many times, right? And yet when I see before and afters of women and men, sometimes their weight is way more, but they look way better, right? So what would be the metrics that one should consider? And there's like tools that we might not all have, right? Whether that's body mass, like talk to me about the numbers that truly matter rather than the scale.
This is something that I have been actually talking a lot with the clients. The first thing is 90% of people, they only look at the number, right? But what we want to look at is your body composition. right?
Okay. Or maybe not look at it, but I just.
That's the body composition overall. Like, you could be the same height, but like 20% body fat and 30%, if there's a lot of difference, right?
Do you guys have the tools here to measure those things?
Recently got the InBody, which is like one of the best.
Yeah.
Is that the one you stand on?
It's a full scan of, and it does everything for this.
It takes a little bit more time doing the test, but it's pretty accurate.
Pretty intense.
And it's the 770, which we're the only gym that actually has the 770. So it has very precise information that's really motivating when you get your
'cause
reports.
That's,
That's
where you
right.
can't
Yeah.
hide.
You can't hide
You
it.
can't
No.
hide
But you
that.
also could, you see yourself maybe not losing, you're losing inches but not weight, but then the machine will tell you in the
You've
analysis
gained-
that
you've
you've
gained-
actually
yeah.
You gain muscle.
Right.
you've lost.
Or if you lost visceral fat,
Yeah.
you get it in a measurement that you can actually understand. It's not just a level.
Just a ratio. It's an actual
Right.
specific.
Because it tells you how many square centimeters of visceral fat you have in your body.
So can a person, I mean, men and women, metabolism, hormones, all of those things obviously make a difference to the kind of results they have. But can someone see results in 30 days?
30 days results in terms of overall change,
Probably not a significant change, right?
I would say not that much.
Would you say 90 days? Like
3 months.
What person are we talking? Like, do they have experience working out?
I got you.
Because if they have muscle memory, it's way easier to go back.
Right,
So, for
okay.
example, somebody who's been working out for like, let's say like 5 years before and has been working out for 2 years and recently going back after 2 months, lots of change, right?
Right.
But for me,
Like the bodybuilders that they got off season, on season.
Yeah, they do. They
Yeah,
big
Vulcan, yeah.
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
even those are enhanced, like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a different. But for myself, whenever I work with a client who is just new and just started the gym, I wouldn't look at results after first month. And I tell them, you shouldn't look at results. There's so much more stuff.
Right.
There's a lot of people, you have to learn how to push. You have to learn how to pull your posture. You have to learn how to do the exercises, how to contract your muscles. And then we'll be looking at how much weight you lost or how much weight you gained. Right? There's the foundation of your body has to be built after that. And those are way more valuable than just gaining or losing weight, because those will stay in your body.
What I'm hearing and what I appreciate is that you are sharing through education, like proper education, and being realistic. That's right. Right? Because I think a lot of disappointment for people is, oh, I've been doing this so long, I'm not seeing any difference. Right. But then underneath, like, there could be a big difference.
And one of the I would say challenges for us was to get rid of that mass kind of gym environment and really hone in on our clients and members as individuals and build everything customized to them. Because you can walk into these, big gyms and you become a number. Here, you're not a number. You're truly treated as an individual. Then we build programs based on your specific needs. And the InBody gives us that ground zero.
Love that.
And one thing I wanted to add actually is social media obviously has helped a lot with the gym environment. If you look at it after the growth of TikTok, social media, we have been seeing way more people coming to the gym, obviously, which I think
With their phones? With their phones?
They start their little,
it obviously has its good side and bad side. I would say the bad side is there is an overflow of information, right? Yeah. There's so much information in social media that it's overwhelming. Yes. And it causes a lot of people to basically hesitate going to the gym or always questioning what they do. And there's a lot of people who post content on social media, which is great. But the thing as a personal trainer, when we look at it, no two people can do the same exercise. Right. You have different genetics, different problem, mobility, all of these stuff is different. That's why I believe having a personal trainer is still very important, other than like looking all this stuff in social media.
Yeah, it's kind of like taking a general recipe, and it's not custom to you. Do they have your genes? Are they a man or a woman?
This is it. And then sometimes in our sessions with people, we'll sit down 1-2 hours. It's not just 5 minutes, let's do your measurements, let's go do push-ups. It's really about building an individual program. And everyone, to Karish's point earlier, everyone progresses at a different.
Yeah. It depends on your genetics. You could have two people having the same diet, same weight, same height, two completely different.
I know that kind of sucks.
Trust me. I'm on that journey
I
right
know,
now,
I know.
so I can tell you firsthand what's going on.
I get it.
What I always talk about is you should basically never compare yourself.
No, you can't.
You should never compare yourself.
Yeah, and I think, can I add something to that? Because I've been on this journey since October with one of the trainers here. What I've learned is you really, really, really have to know yourself, and you have to set an expectation of what success could look like, even after a month. That's reasonable. Right. So if all your goal is to shape your body and be toned and just be ripped, you might miss that first even year's result, or the first month result, because it could be like, wow, I don't get up in the morning and feel pain. That's big. Right. It might be that certain parts of your body are starting to change slightly. It could be that you can get through the exercises
Without gasping, yeah.
easier. Like, those are little successes. Again, it's that everybody wants everything now. I think with social media it's polluting you with images that I want to be that, and I want to be that in 3 months, and I'm disappointed.
But your body can never look like that.
They never look like that.
And there's no reason you want it to look like that. Like, I have friends, like,
It's very robotic.
most of the people around me, they're either personal trainers, bodybuilders, or just people who are into fitness.
Or influence.
Influences, yeah.
Whenever I talk to my friends, I was talking to my friend the other day, he's actually in a very good shape. And he was like, no, I haven't seen results in the past 3 months. I'm not looking like that. Like, I'm far away from my goal. I'm like, so what is your goal? And then he showed me, like, picture, like, a guy, like, jacked, ripped, right, ready to compete. And then I'm like, the thing is, there's no one goal. There's no one body that would say that's the best body you can have.
Right.
Everybody has this different perception. Everybody wants to look a certain way. So there's no one correct answer on what you should look like. And a lot of stuff, when we underestimate each other. So you can have a body right now that a lot of people want, but you want somebody else to give somebody else, right?
Grass is always greener somewhere else. Yeah.
And
Sure, if you go back to like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was a perfect specimen. Compared to today's bodybuilder, he's too small, right? If you compare what he looked like to what serious competitors are today, he wouldn't compete. He's too small. But symmetry was
I
unbelievable.
would say, the metrics has changed a lot during the years.
Well, I'm going to move to something a little more fun. I think, thank you for covering all of those basics. And there's so much more to nutrition and diet and training, like tons. Well, we'll be back. I got a bunch of men here, so we're going to go to the dating and dudes section, all right, at the gym, because I get this question a lot, all right? And I do want to talk about dating etiquette, gym etiquette. And then your opinions individually. I don't care if you're married or not. You should have an opinion. You probably have people. You probably see some things that are appropriate or not. Yeah. And I'm sure that there's also like client feedback and if somebody's being inappropriate or whatnot. So, especially for people who are single that do go to the gym for the opportunity to potentially meet others. And I think that's why for a gym, and I know you guys are working on like community things so that you can connect people outside of this environment so that you have the chance to ask out that man or woman, right? But I'll start with the youngest one. How would you approach somebody that you're interested in at the gym? Aside that you're a personal trainer, like, do you think it's appropriate? Would you ever do it?
I would say it could be both.
Okay.
It could be both. I believe the intention of going to the gym and finding somebody's wrong,
Gotcha.
it creates a toxic environment, yes, because you will go there for a show off. I would say, but however, if you go to the gym, you want to work on yourself, you want to work out, and you see somebody that you would think is a good match, there's nothing wrong with approaching them. But there's ways to approach.
All right, let's talk about we'll do the ways after the ideas. What are your thoughts on using the gym as a way to find someone? A day club. As a day club.
I guess as the business owner and the gentleman that manages that on a day-to-day, sometimes I tell my staff, not that I have to worry about it, it's like, eyes up. You have to make sure because, we are in an environment, especially nowadays, the younger generation, they tend to use the social media aspect. Working out is a a part of their aesthetic. It's not, they're not training for a sport.
Yes.
They're doing it for a lot of likes and feedback and attention, sadly. And when you're in this environment and you know, basically a lot of the apparel that they wear nowadays is very, you know, revealing to a certain degree. And, you know, we have to be careful. As a normal human man, you can't.
Yeah, you gotta
Be
go.
obvious. You see them going, you go every day and you gotta be polite. And it's always eyes up, but you can see a lot of the young guys. And one of the things that some of the guys will say, so, you know, wish there was more girls or whatever. So there's always that need to kind of cater to everyone's needs. But to your point, a gym isn't necessarily about that, but it doesn't hurt to have an environment where people are, hey, feel good, whether they feel sexy, they feel attractive. You're coming to a gym
Yes.
to be your best self. So there's nothing wrong with showing it. You know,
Yeah.
you've earned it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Rob?
Wow.
Is that why you have a gym at home? So
Yeah, I just go, yeah, exactly. We can do whatever we want. Safe, we can do what we want.
You just call me.
Yeah. I think it's a tough one because I think the idea of meeting somebody at a gym, it just means you both have something in common.
Right.
So that's good.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to agree with you where you say it's the way you approach it. And I think you got to be really, really careful because at the end of the day, if you start to make that your goal, for some of these guys, they'll find that they'll start to get a reputation and people will start to realize, you know, he's talking to her and he's trying to go talk to her. It's not the kind of environment we want that. Yeah.
See.
It's not really, it's not what you want, right? I think if you connect with somebody naturally at the gym because through the fitness,
Yeah.
and then after a while and the trust has been built between the two of you,
Yeah.
hey, it's like anywhere else. It's a great place because you're both into fitness. I would encourage that, but I
Well-
don't think it's a place where you want to look at it.
have you had
Yeah.
couples,
Yeah,
ace
they're
couples?
They're now couples.
Absolutely.
And here they're together. Here they shoot videos together, but it's in a harmonious kind of way. It's not. And we've never.
He wasn't like a predator waiting every week at the.
Because I stood that mandate from the beginning at my team. I said, you know, I want people to feel, you know, whether men or female, to be safe here.
Yeah.
And traditionally, we haven't had a problem. Knock on wood.
And then you have the influencers, the people that like to shoot content here.
Yes.
While they're shooting here, during the day people working out, you know, it makes it a bit more conducive to people wanting to watch and to
Yeah,
see and to
okay,
stare.
sure.
So you got to be careful
that's
about
different
that
than
too, right?
gawking
That's
at
right.
somebody,
It's like a-
right? You know.
Wants to see what's
Right.
Yeah, to that point, because you know, women want to wear nice. That's why there's always like at other fitness. No one. I'm saying at other clubs, there's a women's section.
Yes.
Because women want to wear the cute things and the like the tight stuff and make our butts look
look
whatever
good,
and
whatever.
and you know things are out, but they don't like being gawked at, right? And to a degree, like you guys are men and respectful. Like I always say, well, if you shouldn't be wearing that if you don't want anybody looking at you. What are your thoughts?
Well, you can wear whatever makes you comfortable. And today's comfort wear is not what it was in our generation. It was baggy sweatpants and right. Today it's, you know, whether it's Lululemon or anything like fitting. And again, if you're confident in your body, whether you're thin, medium, or larger, and you're proud of it, you're working hard towards your goal, oh, of course.
I like the eyes. I've never heard of that before. I like that you tell people eyes up, right?
Well, I told
Because a woman can tell. If Morris, I'm going to do it to you right now. I'm like, hey, listen.
So
I'm right. I'm here. You know, I'm right here.
Yeah, no, because, you know, you can catch yourself, especially when they're sitting at the front desk. And we have a lot of young guys, good-looking guys, young women, good-looking women that work here. And, you know, it's automatic. You had people connect as long as they don't take it to a point where it makes someone feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. So
Etiquette is don't make it obvious, right? Like just you know, don't stare because staring is beyond 3 seconds. Like if I'm like Kurash, I'm like okay, you know.
Too much.
But also don't be the.
Or they're all
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're exactly the squat machine. Yeah.
all the guys, Upper? That's not cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't do it, thank God.
That's
So,
it.
And I think we've gone as far as some equipment. We've moved to more private locations so women can feel comfortable to go.
Why don't you have the squat machine face the other way so that like, but then the front is shut.
It's a no-win, right?
It's a no-win
yeah.
situation.
One thing that I believe it's how I believe we should react is we should see what we can control, right?
Yes.
We're responsible for our own behavior.
That's right.
We can wear whatever we want to wear. We can do whatever we want to do, but we should control ourselves. For example, as a guy myself, when I see somebody's wearing something very revealing, I wouldn't look to make her uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
However, if she decides to wear something unrevealing, that's her decision, right? So she should expect some guys who are disrespectful.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we are, each of us in this community, especially in the gym, we're responsible for our own behavior.
That's right.
Not everybody understands this.
Yeah.
And as a female, they should understand that not every guy has the manners. So you should dress appropriately and you shouldn't expect other people to respect you.
I mean, that's it's sad that we can't expect people to respect us, but you also have to be vocal. Like they have to be able to say whatever they want to say in a nice way. All right, as we're wrapping up, pet peeves. What are some trainer pet peeves around the gym? Do you guys have any?
Do you have any pet peeves?
Pet peeves,
What-
like
If you're this member, sorry.
Probably, yeah. I'll say a pet peeve for me as a woman at the gym is exactly that, where like a guy's trying to be subtle, but he's not being subtle.
Yeah, it's too obvious.
Like, I was just here. Why are you here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's, and that, like, are you doing the same circuit training as me, bro? Like, I mean,
Can I buy you a drink?
yeah, holy, like, that I don't like. I don't like that.
Yeah, so far.
but the gym I used to work with, like I would say once a month we had to kick somebody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because of the bad behavior, they would be like,
Or like taking, I've seen people
Taking a picture. Are you allowed to tell somebody, like, don't take a photo of me?
Of course.
Yeah, Snake.
First, of course.
No.
Even videos, if we share any videos in here, we make sure nobody's in them.
Okay.
Right, because we don't want any like we do a lot of sting classes, we
Yeah.
shoot video, and I let everyone know we do rooftop yoga. And yoga is, you're in certain positions where you got to be careful. And I've been somewhat caught with my camera, and what just film in the sky. This is not. There's all
Lost the plane.
They're in downward dog, and Morris is right at the back. Like, okay.
Downward dog is the position. So it is.
You do the downward dog from the side.
Well, that's what, but the race there.
Yeah, okay.
Man, we are 40 and people on the hill.
I get
You
it.
gotta run. And you got my steps in.
It's a learning process with the video camera.
But yeah, it's so you have to be leery of that 100%. But yeah, knock on wood, so far we haven't had that
a
problem.
lot of gyms actually have the policy of no phone policy, so no video.
Yeah.
But I don't think we have to be that strict. We have to trust our members. Right? Just be respectful. Just don't take picture of anybody.
Well, I think the aesthetics of the gym, the mantra of the gym, the owners, the space, the membership. I personally think that's reflective of the kind of environment you can expect when you come to ACE. That sounds like a commercial.
I love it.
And I'm gonna add, if somebody felt uncomfortable, I hope that we've done a good enough job that they can come to us and say, listen, somebody's a little creeping me out, and then we'll handle it, right?
Being aggressive in their approach in terms of, are you doing your training right? Like you have people that say, well, maybe you're doing that wrong. I mean, so when they come to me, my door's always open. I have a right coach, and sometimes a therapy coach. So, you sit there and you talk to members that may have a concern, and you address it, and they appreciate it.
I think that's a move for a lot of guys, by the way, that like if they see a woman doing something wrong, it's like, oh, can I help you with that or something, so.
But I think the most important thing is to ask. First, you have to say like, do you mind if I give you some tips on this exercise?
Yes.
If she says yes, you go ahead. If she says no, then she doesn't walk
away, yeah.
Right? There's no.
And don't be snarky about it. Like, just be like, no problem. Enjoy your workout. Yeah.
Want to hear.
Exactly.
You help them.
Unsolicited tips are annoying. I gotta tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, worries.
Just going up to someone and says you're not doing this right.
And don't touch anybody.
No idea.
I need to minimize.
It's happy. It's probably not at this gym. Anyway, what is coming up? What would you like to say about ACE? Where can they find out about it? And what's on the summer or spring schedule?
Yeah, Morris is the leader. Let's let him do his thing.
We're in the process, as we said earlier, we're doing a lot of additions. We're adding equipment, we're changing the aesthetics overall. We have multiple events going on. We have a Mother's Day on the Saturday, puppy yoga on May 11th. So we're all about 10 to 15 puppies. So bring your moms, your daughters, whatever. We have a Father's Day exotic car show in the parking lot on June 15. We also are looking at June 22nd to do another mixer kind of event on our rooftop. And the beauty of our rooftop is that we're opening it up to the community. July 6th, we have another networking event the community is holding. So,
So the community can make
right.
Recommendations and say, hey, can we do like
they host
something, you know?
host it. We have about 4 or 5 events scheduled over the next 4 to 5 months. So, it's about building that connection.
Are they communicating through the newsletter? Like, is that the internal communication to hear about things?
They come to see me, they call me and set it up, we schedule, we plan. We're somewhat planners to a certain degree, but we have companies that come in and want to utilize the space and, do mocktails, giveaways. We're doing a cold plunge as part of our anniversary. Maybe we're looking at July, August. We're going to create an event around that. So, there's a lot of exciting things.
Awesome.
Oh, and don't forget our rooftop
Yes.
sunset classes that go from May 13 right to the 8th.
Those ones that Club Well comes and does on our rooftop.
Amazing.
Partnership with
I'm at Club Well. Between these two facilities, I'll be here with my camera.
pleasure.
We love it.
Nobody will be watching.
Yeah.
Right. Except
My
your
daughter
audience.
will make sure they won't be watching. And how can people find out about you? Yeah, Instagram here. Do we ask for kudos? How does it work?
You can follow me on Instagram.
Okay. I'll make sure to put but you can tell them.
Thank you. It's KOUROSHPN. I'm going to be posting more content. Recently, I've been working with our videographer here in ACE, just having some basic workout tips that we can do just to engage more and basically have more members coming in.
Well, the next time he comes in, you can do a segment for women over a certain age, and you can train me. Okay, Rob. When I came in here, I thought you're looking lean.
Yeah, he's losing.
I'm telling you, I've been working
I was
hard.
like, you lost weight though.
I did.
You lost weight though, right? I'm like,
to me.
so kudos to you. You look good, man. You look good. And for his Instagram, this guy's drinking and eating and going to all these nice places.
Well, it's all science, right?
Yeah,
But
okay.
I'll tell you, the InBody is a game changer, and it was for me because I've been training with Mass since October, and we've tried a lot of different things. But once that machine came in,
You knew exactly
it taught
how
me
to-
something
yeah.
about me. It taught him something about me and my body composition, and he was able to switch something up. So we made some changes to the food, and we made some changes to the style of workout, and it's been a game changer in the last 3 weeks. So I'm excited, and it gets addicting to get the report because you actually see in real time the changes you're making, and we're gonna tell everybody, like, really, you got to do this, because if you're gonna be serious about being at a gym, even if you don't use PT, which we encourage everybody to do it, but you have to see your progress in real time. And it's not just that scale. We know the way you said the scale. Yeah. Well, there's a way for you to put a little less. The scale's important, but you can see here your composition. So,
And my dying.
thank you for noticing. by the
Oh my
way.
God,
It's
it
a
was
lot
hard
of
not to
work.
notice. Like in my mind, getting here is one thing, but utilizing a coach and personal training is taking it a level up, because if you're already investing your time, you can double really your goals by working with a trainer. I'm a big advocate for that. So, thank you.
That's why we're here.
All right, we will be back. I well stumbled. And have a great weekend. These are the guys at ACE. Make sure you check them out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.